chismosas, welcome back to Gossip and Guidance with your host Tiromi from wherever you're watching or listening. Thank you so much for being here. And I have the co-host back.
Only the best co-host.
Only the best.
Only the best. You know?
There's no one better than Omar Aid.
I didn't make that up though. The comments said it, not me.
Oh, not the comments are getting to your head, I mean.
Yeah, they're blowing up my head a little.
No, but it was nice. And actually, the last podcast to have a guest.
Yeah,
it has been a while. But of course, it's not the same without my co-host. But I did miss the guest. So
I will say I enjoyed editing something that I didn't know what we talked about.
Well, we talked about or like hearing your own voice.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
I'm so sorry, guys, that I didn't upload last week. I just had to get everything situated. We had a lot going on, but we're back on schedule. This is the first podcast of the year that we're together.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. The first podcast of the year with the co-host.
And I'm gonna add the first podcast of the year was with Sabrizi with the guest, which was based on your analytics. Did very, very well.
Thank you so much.
It was ranking number 1 from the last 10 videos.
Thank you, guys. I think people miss the guest
yeah.
too. You know what I mean?
It was
we need a
fresh, like a refresher.
Something new. And then they've been wanting her. They've been wanting to know her. They know she's been my friend forever. So Breezy's been like in our videos since like day 1. So they wanted to know Breezy. She used to be the manager at some point. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
So guess what, guys? We hit today, actually. Today
we woke up to 400K.
Today we woke up to 400K followers on TikTok. Woo!
400K chismosas.
Let the confetti fall.
Do you realize that is almost 500,000?
Almost 500,000.
It's not 500,000 and it's not 1,000,000, but it's right there, you know?
Yeah, but you know what's the sad part about that, amigas? That they say TikTok is getting banned next Sunday on the 19th.
Dude.
And to be exact, we're recording this on the 13th. You're going to see this on the 15th. But yeah, amigas, they say it's getting banned on the 19th Sunday. And if that's true, I mean, that makes us so sad because we worked so hard and it took us so long to get to 400K. And we finally wake up today. And it's like, we don't know how to feel about it. Like we're happy. We obviously are happy and we're excited, but at the same time, we can't fully even enjoy it because there's that like, okay, well, we're gonna enjoy it for like what 4 or 5 days.
Yeah. I woke up and it's funny because I woke up at 4 a.m. right? I woke up at 4 a.m. and I'm like, let me see where we're at, and we're at like 399.9 still, and I'm like, oh shit, we're still not there, you know. And then I woke up again.
Really?
Yeah, well, I woke up like at 9 today. And that's when I woke up to like text messages and like, you know, the 8-day one chismosas telling us congratulations and stuff. And it wasn't like when we hit 300K. Like we hit 300K and it was like all happy, you know?
Yeah,
like,
we
all
were happy.
Excitement.
Our friends even showed up, like surprising us.
Yeah,
our friends showed up, most of them showed up surprising us. They were here. We were online. We got together.
That was a plus to that achievement. But why I say that it wasn't like 300K was because I see the text messages, congratulations, and then I open the app TikTok, and everything I'm sliding through, swiping up, it's TikTok getting banned. Like, oh, thank you guys. Like, it's just creators.
People saying bye.
Creators saying bye to their followers and like asking them to follow them
on another platform.
Yeah. And that's one topic. And then another topic, at least in my For You page, is how we're going to cancel Meta because of Mr. Mark.
In that case, and Amazon needs to get canceled too.
Yeah.
Wasn't it him too?
He has funded a few things too, but obviously Amazon is somewhere where you shop. It's not like a social media thing where you grow followings and whatnot. You spend money on Amazon. TikTok, you make money, you know? So that's why it's like they're going after Mark because he has the platforms, but he's controlled by the government pretty much.
Mark is his name?
Mark Zuckerberg or something like that.
Listen up, Mark. You greedy motherfucker. That's what it is. This is what happens. Like, once people get to the top and they make money, quieren más, and they want more, and they want more. And that is called greediness. And you know what? That is also a sin. They want to be talking about, oh, this is bad. You shouldn't be doing that. And, like, they never look back and see what the hell they're doing. Like, he literally wanted it banned, too, because it's not benefiting him at all.
Yeah, it's not it doesn't benefit him, and the reason why he's actually funding it is because most of the congressmen own shares of his stock of Meta, Facebook, whatever they call it on the stock market. So TikTok going down means their stocks go up. But what's happening is that instead of us, the Americans, I'm Mexican, I know, but like in the American population, instead of going back to the platform, we're retaliating and now we're canceling them. And we're going to what? Redno is the new app?
Redno.
The Chinese version of TikTok?
Yeah, but I saw that today. I haven't really been on social media like that because I've been so busy. It's either work, and at work I'm hardly over my phone. If I am, I'm listening to a podcast because that's the most I can do. And I sneak into the bathroom maybe like twice a day to like text back or run into things or like share a video to the chismosa chat. Like when Sarah tells me, like I literally have to run to the bathroom. So, and then by the time I get home, we have to do this and that. So I haven't really been scrolling till today. I went to the bathroom and I was like, fuck this shit. I'm going to take my 10-minute break right here. So I was like scrolling and I seen somebody talking about Redno and stuff. And I was like, oh, what is Redno? So I briefly, like really quick looked into it. But they were saying like, they get your information, like your IP address and stuff. And I'm just like, oh my God, but people are actually getting that.
Yeah, because they're not scared of getting their information stolen because Mark sold it at one point. Our information has been stolen, has been leaked prior. So now it's like, now you have my consent to have it. I guess it's giving a sense of empowerment. Yeah. Like, fuck you, America. You want to take this from me? Well, we're going to go to the people that, quote unquote, steals our information and why you want to cancel TikTok.
Yeah. And I honestly, in my opinion, I know we all have our own opinions on regards to why they're banning TikTok. It's fucking bullshit. I'm going to call it, this is my opinion again. It's bullshit that they're banning it because a security threat. Like, shut the fuck up. For real. Like, if you really think people nowadays still believe that shit, you're banning it because TikTok is a platform where it allows creators or anybody to speak out their truth, and so a lot of things get exposed on there. I actually have learned so much more on TikTok than I ever did in school, to be honest. Like, it's kind of like the new Google, or the new, it's a new fasting. You need a recipe, you go there. You need to find out about how to fix whatever, you go there. You need to find out how to do a certain makeup, you go. Anything that you want to find out about is usually really fast. You just go to TikTok and find it. And if you can, that's when you resort to other things. But for the most part, everything's there, down to history, down to science, down to so many things. So I feel like TikTok exposes a lot of things because it's not a controlled media. Like she said, that Mark guy obviously is controlled because he has shares with congressmen have shares with him and all that. So, and it's U.S. company. It's a U.S. company, and same thing with the news, it's the news. It's all controlled media, and except TikTok. TikTok really gives what America like so much says. Oh, freedom of speech. Yeah. Then do we really have freedom of speech? Like,
no, they're taking it away from us.
In a way they are, that's just my opinion. Again, I just feel like, and they're just, obviously they're not going to say that, oh, we want to ban TikTok because you guys are finding out too much. They're not going to fucking say that. No. So of course I have to say it's a security threat, which is, I think it's fucking bullshit, but whatever. They scared. They're shaking in their boots.
Let's talk about the men in Congress and the Supreme Court.
I don't know shit about them.
They look like a motherfucking raisin. Pushing 90, getting close to 100. I don't even think they can't even read the comments on TikTok because of how blind they probably are. Why are we letting them run this country? It's like, how do we change that? Can we change that? It pisses me off.
It's rich white people, baby. It's rich.
Well, whatever they are.
Caucasian people.
Whatever they are, like, they're too old to be there. Retire, man.
It's not about, I guess it's not about like how old they are. It's about the wealth and the money they bring. Again, humanity, it's motivated by money. And I get it, who isn't? Especially how everything is so expensive. But the ones that have it, the ones that have the money, literally want more and more, and they take less, and they take more and more from people that have less for more for them, and that is called greediness. That is the ugliest thing you can have. Like, be so greedy. You know, you want more to yourself, so you take more for the people that are not as fortunate as them. Like, they're just not content with what they have already. Quieren más, and this guy Mark obviously is not benefiting as much, even though he's okay.
He's already well off.
He's well off. Like, he is okay. Like, he is not losing nothing. Like, el güey está bien, but obviously quiere más, and TikTok is a threat to him and supposedly to the U.S. government.
Yeah, it's upsetting. Honestly, it's upsetting. I've been in a blah mood all day because
she has. I'm like, I got home and she's just like, I'm happy you're home. And I was just in a bad mood because of work in general. And I went to sleep late trying to hit the 400K last night, so I was really tired. But like we were saying, like, it's just kind of hard to really enjoy and like take the 400K how we did with the 300 when we hit 300K. Like, it's definitely a different feeling. I'm sure we're happy, but I'm sure we would be even more excited and enjoying this if it wasn't like getting banned in like 6 days.
With a new milestone of like a new excitement of like working towards
something to look forward. Like, what do you look for after 400K? Hey, 500K. That's $500,000. What do you look for after that? 600K, right? Like, I feel like that's what keeps people going. Like, what's your next milestone? Oh, it's kind of like when you're running, right? You're gonna start running a mile. Oh, I'm gonna run half a marathon, and then it's a marathon. You know, you have those goals to look for. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like too, like, oh, let me lose 10 pounds. What's my next? Oh, I'm gonna lose another 5, and you know what I mean? Until you hit your ideal goal. So it's kind of hard to be super, super excited about this when we're like, okay, our next milestone would have been 500K, but
like, yeah. And regardless of that, I still have hope though. Like, I am not fully excited about hitting 400K because it says like, it's looking like it's a real thing, and like, it's looking like it's gonna be gone. But like, I'm still in disbelief. I still have hope.
Yeah. I mean, 2% of me still has a little bit of hope.
I have a little bit of hope. Like, maybe something's gonna happen and it's gonna get pushed back again. Maybe that, you know?
I mean, well, people were protesting today, no? They were protesting.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, well, when I said I was going through, like, social media really quick in the bathroom, this girl, obviously, that she reports, like, chisme news and stuff like that. She was, like, giving an update, and I guess the owner of TikTok gave, like, in court, like, a 2-hour, like, why TikTok is so beneficial. But so far, she said they're still going through with banning it. So that's kind of what made me lose the little hope that I had. But she showed that there's people protesting. There's people protesting to not ban TikTok. Right now, estamos en el mundo. 2025 came in duro, amigas.
I know.
Duro. No nomás con TikTok, también with the fires in LA, which is really sad. People starting that. Did you know that people just started that because obviously they started in the rich areas because they're rich?
What do you mean?
Somebody started the fire. They started the fires in the rich areas because pretty much, in other words, they rich.
Oh, Lord.
And they started saying like, well, they can buy another house.
Oh my God, that is so sad.
Yeah. So it started with fires. I mean, my prayers go to people who lost everything. Yes, they have money. Yes, potentially, yes. I don't know their status. They can buy another house. That's not the point, though. That is not the point of this. Like, that's just so sad. They still lost valuable. They still lost probably pictures they're never gonna recover, memories. Probably they had like family members that had passed away and they had pictures with them and that was their last. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and then too, I'm sure there's those families that were in those locations because it was like passed on by generations.
Yeah, generational wealth.
Generational wealth, or like maybe the last thing that they have is like that property that they own, and everything out, like, it's not
for
as
example,
easy to come
I
back.
saw Jenny Rivera's daughter. She was posting, like, she was like, oh, like, the house that made me love the city, the first house that my mom bought, and all this, saying like it was potentially gonna get
burned. That's sad. Like,
that's sad.
There's history behind things.
And she said even though we no longer live there, like, it's meaningful. I don't know, that was really sad to me.
It sucks.
And then, so besides TikTok getting banned, besides the fires, what else happened?
There was that.
Now immigration is going crazy. My Lord. ICE is just going crazy around here in the Central Valley. There's protests for that. Sarah actually went to a protest yesterday. Yeah. She, I couldn't go because I went to church and my friends joined me to church. You guys, they both been in the podcast, which was Sabrina and Natalie. We went to church, and after church we went to get some lunch, and that just took longer than expected. So unfortunately I couldn't join Sarah on the protest. So.
I will say it was not a planned thing. Like, it wasn't like a
like
free thing that I was like, yes, I'm gonna be there and yada yada. It wasn't planned. I had no intention on going. I grew up seeing those things as dangerous, because it can get dangerous, unfortunately. So not because I'm like, oh my God, like no, I don't care about this topic, or I don't care why the reasons of the protest, not because of that. It's more of fear, if anything. But I was, like Iromi said, she left to church, and I was kind of home alone scrolling through TikTok, and I see a girl that was at the location. She was live, and I saw the vibes. Like, I saw that it wasn't, I guess I got to see what it was like. So once I saw it, I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go alone.
Yeah, which I'm proud of you.
Because, and I went unprepared. Like, I didn't have no flags. I didn't have anything, no board with anything that it says. So it kind of felt weird pulling up, and I was just standing there because I was alone. But I'm glad that I went. And then shout out to Katie and Lex, because they ended up pulling up. They were nearby, and I told them that I was going to go there. So they pulled up for us, and that was also their first protest. And let's keep in mind, this protest, what's going on with ICE and everything, does not personally affect them. Like, it's not like, oh, they're immigrants and whatnot, like, it doesn't personally affect them. So it was cool. It was nice to have that kind of support,
Which a lot of protests do have. A lot of protests, there's a lot of people that protest for a lot of things that doesn't apply to them, but that they're for support for the people,
which makes it 10 times.
And that's when community comes together, and I think that's beautiful. I love to see when community comes together and people are there for one another. Like, I love to see humanity come together, because unfortunately you don't see that very often, Yeah. So there's just a lot going on, and guess what, guys? It's only 13 days of this year.
Yeah.
And there's ICE went crazy, TikTok getting banned, the fires in LA, like
the crazy guy that went to run over the people on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day.
Yes. It's just a crazy times. And it makes me so sad. Like, sometimes, honestly, I hate to say this, but sometimes I lose hope in humanity, and then I gain it, right? And then I have to just pray and remind myself that as much as there's bad in this world, there's also good, So we just have to keep coming together and not be against one another. I just hate this whole hate thing. It just continues to make me sad that just because you're a different race or your culture is different than others, like, it just separates us. It shouldn't. We should, like, embrace every culture and every difference, because it's okay to be different. It's okay to come from a different culture, ethnicity, race, whatever. It's okay. We're at the end of the day, we're all humans. We all have a beating heart. We all have blood running through our veins. You know what I mean? We're all humans. We're the same human race, human beings. And I feel like we should just come come together more for one another.
Yep.
And we will be a lot stronger, united. But of course, that's not what they want. Let's not say.
But to not be so like Debbie Downers here, because I feel like the energy's a little heavy, no?
Well, yeah, but it seems that it has to be talked about.
Yeah, they have to be talked about. So it's understandable. So that we don't like end this with such a negativity, I do want to say thank you for 400K followers on TikTok.
Yay! Thank you guys so much for 100K followers on TikTok. Of course, we still have Snapchat, and we're gonna be on YouTube. I mean, we started on YouTube.
Where it all started, yeah.
We're gonna go back to our roots where it all started. And back then we were like in chinga. We were like video. Like I remember that. I kind of low key.
I missed that. Yeah, I missed that. I think what happened there, obviously, I'm sure if you guys have a favorite creator that has done YouTube prior to TikTok, and then out of nowhere they stopped doing YouTube as often, you're probably wondering like, what happened? You know, why don't they pump out these videos or yada yada yada? Let me tell you what potentially might have happened, because it happened to me.
Okay, a ver. Let us know, girl. Spill the tea.
YouTube is a grind, guys. YouTube is a grind. When I tell you, it is so hard to get a following. It's not as easy as TikTok. And TikTok being a little bit easier when it comes to getting followers and actually making videos, because TikTok is a 1 minute long video, 30 seconds, whatever. Now you can post longer content.
Not to take away of how hard it is to make TikToks.
No, yeah, it is really.
Girl, else I would have been there. It still requires editing. And 1 minute video can take me forever to edit, right?
My costume videos for TikTok, the ones that are picking up my girlfriend and I have costume on, they usually take me a good 30 minutes to cut it down and post it on TikTok.
So imagine if that's TikTok. Now imagine YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
YouTube, it's a lot. You have to think more into like what kind of videos. Like, is it a challenge? Is it a vlog? Obviously, vlogs are a little easier if you're already doing something.
Is the algorithm gonna push it out? Because things don't just blow up.
And it said we have a party, we have a get together. Oh, we have to turn off the music because obviously copyright reasons on YouTube. And on TikTok, you can post your video. You'll still get some money out of it, and you can have music in the background. Yes, it's just different.
But where I was getting at is that at least for us, and I'm sure for many other creators, the ease of using TikTok, it became quicker to edit videos compared to YouTube, and it also became better at paying their creators. Yes. I would say. So that's why I personally slacked off on YouTube, because if I sit in my chair for 4 hours to edit one video for YouTube and it just hits like 1,000 views, you know, versus editing a 10-minute video for 10 minutes for TikTok and it goes over 100K views and yada yada. So like the return was a lot better on YouTube. That's why that happened. But I do miss the YouTube grind. Like I do miss it. Too. Like you sit down for an hour to film a challenge, or like you plan a prank, and we were doing like once a week. So when it comes to YouTube, it requires less activeness but more work behind the scenes, I would say. We will be there.
I'm sure that's what, and I'm sure a lot of creators feel like that, because obviously, like Sarah said, I'm sure you notice like, oh, how come they don't post as much because of that? But it's okay. You know what? I was gonna say follow us on Instagram. No, I guess we're canceling that motherfucker. we're canceling that motherfucker.
Yeah. Still follow us on Instagram. No.
I mean, yeah, I still follow us.
It's getting canceled. I don't know. Honestly, if somebody on TikTok says like, you know what, we're boycotting it, let's all do this, I'm down. I have nothing to lose. I already lost my chismosa chat. I'm down to lose my 1,000 followers on my Instagram page that I have now. So I'm down to boycott, and all you will see me is on Twitch and YouTube. If I can start twitching, girl, I'm gonna get on Twitch. But moving on,
start twitching, girl.
Moving on,
she's on her chair. Yeah, like Sarah said, we're sad but we're happy. Okay, so again, just thank you guys so much, and I hope that if you didn't follow us on other platforms, only TikTok, like, find us.
We'll be everywhere.
Right here.
Same usernames too.
Same usernames. Just find us. We're still going to be out there. We're going to be out there somewhere. Even if it's a new app gets developed, it's going to be the same usernames. I promise. Omar ain't going nowhere. And no real me.
No real me.
But with that being said, let's get into our forms, because I do miss the forms. So hit it, baby.
I have it ready, little lady. First and foremost, I want to say I love you girls. You make mine and my girls' day just by being on live or even a simple video you post. I would like to stay anonymous, but she did say her name. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Am I a bad person for being tired of taking care of my mom? ? Ever since I could remember, my 2 oldest brothers have been babied by my mom. While me,
of course, it's always the men.
While me and my other brother both have been pretty much grown up fast and support ourselves since we were old enough to do so. Growing up, we didn't have a lot of money. My dad was an alcoholic and abusive to my mom. So I lived in a very unstable household. We were constantly moving around. It just felt like our lives were very unstable. Then back in 2014, my dad ended up getting sick and sadly passed away in 2018, which this is why I feel even more guilty about not wanting to take care of my mom. I just want her to know she's taken care of. Going back to my oldest brother, one is married, doing his own thing, which is fine. The other one is more of the one where I'm kind of just over him. He knows the situation my mom is in, and instead of him helping my mom, it's the other way around. She's always doing whatever she can to cover up his lies or to help him in whatever way she can, when she doesn't have so much to offer to begin with. So you can see why I'm just tired, frustrated, and overwhelmed. How I see it, if me and my brother wouldn't have stepped up, who knows what would have happened with my mom. For the past going on to 2 years, me and one of my brothers have been going 50-50 on taking care of my mom and supporting her. The only thing is that I live 4 hours away, so we split the months. About 2 years ago, my mom's condition has gotten worse due to that she cannot work or live alone, because when it gets bad, it gets bad. Bad meaning hospital visits to even change her diaper, to having to watch her 24/7 because she's simply unable to function by herself. I am only 26 and I have taken on this huge responsibility of taking care of somebody else. Not just me, but my partner as well. There's times where I just cry and just feel so overwhelmed because I have 3 older brothers and only one is willing to help. He helps financially and offers to take care of her, but he is the one that lives 4 hours away, when our 2 oldest brothers live in the same city as me. Whenever me and my brother, who is also taking care of her, even ask for money for our mom's meds or even just simply basic things she may need, it always ends up in an argument because they are never willing to offer our mom any money. They know she doesn't work. They know it's either me or my brother providing for her financially, and they still don't bother to help. Because if I'm being honest, times are hard out here, girl. I work a simple 9 to 5. I do not have my life established at all. That's one of the reasons why I'm just simply tired. I took on this whole role of a caregiver, which I could do all over again in a heartbeat. But what I'm trying to say is I want to be able to experience buying a house with my partner, getting married, have kids, be able to go back to school. It just feels like so much I could possibly do, but it's so hard when I took on this huge role. I love my mom with all I got. I feel bad for even feeling this way. I never want my mom to feel like a burden because she is far from it. I guess I never want to say it out loud how I felt. It feels good, but also feels very guilty for feeling this way. But thank you for making this podcast a safe place where I do feel comfortable to open up about how I truly feel. Thank you again, amigas. That's why we are always saying y'all make our day, because even when it's been a long day, You guys truly do know how to make us smile. Keep being amazing. We love you, little ladies. 26, and she's a Virgo. Dude, like, what? Why are you crying? What?
Hold on, I can't speak right now. Let me get my words together. Wow. First of all, I just want to say that I am sorry. I'm really sorry, like, that you're going through that and that you have that big responsibility on you at such a young age. And this is when I wish that, like, I had powers, dude. Like, I'm gonna sound, like, childish a little bit, but sometimes I'm like, why don't I just have powers? Like, I just wish sometimes you can help. And sometimes there's not much you can do, so it feels very helpless. You know what I mean? And if in your case, like, don't ever feel bad for feeling like that. I know it's normal. It is normal for you to feel like that. You are a human being, you know. Your feelings are 100% valid. Like, if people get overwhelmed over the smallest things, now imagine having all that responsibility. It is normal to feel like that. You have a job. You have your own. We as adults, we have our own issues. Now imagine dealing with somebody else's issues, regardless if it's your mom, your cousin, your partner, whatever. It's someone you love, right? And obviously in this case, it's your mother. And that is so unfortunate that your other brothers don't want to help. And obviously you're not here, so you can answer my question. But my number one question I had was, like, have you expressed these concerns to those brothers that are not willing to help? Have you sat down and be like, don't even ask them. You need to be like, you guys need to help me. You know what I mean? Like, it is all of us. If we all come together, it will be a little easier on me and my brother. Like, at the end of the day, she is your guys' mom too, and you guys can help with whatever. It doesn't have to be with a lot, but you guys can help. And so I don't think that you need to ask them, can you guys help? I think you really need to set your foot down. I don't know if you have, but I'm just speaking in the event you haven't, or what I would do. Actually, I'm going to say that. I'm speaking of what I would do. I would kind of be like, you guys need to help, you know? Mm-hmm. And if ya si no quieren, pues que se vayan mucho la chingada, and what comes around goes around. And then there's gonna be a time where they're gonna need the help, and I hope that they don't, because feeling como vengazosa or wishing that happens to them, like, it's also bad, right? But I hope that they don't ever are in a situation where they're gonna need to be taken care of, and then ahora sí van a entender, like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes people either need to be checked, or they need to go through something for them to realize that they need to help. You know what I mean? Like, I always say, call people out, because sometimes they don't realize it. You know what I mean? And it's true. Like, I actually was having a conversation with one of my close friends, and she was saying that she made her mother-in-law cry because she called her out on something, right? And that she felt bad. She's like, I felt so bad that I made her cry. But then she also told me, like, no, you're right. I actually need to do better. You know? So sometimes, as much as this hurts, and this is why they say the truth hurts, but sometimes it needs to be said. Sometimes people need that reality check, you know? So I don't know. Obviously, this is the thing about the forums. Like, we can't really answer the questions that I may have. But if you haven't, I mean, if I was you, I would kind of let them know, like, you guys need to help. And then you also need to have that conversation with your mom in that way, like, hey, mom, like, you don't be so lenient on them. You know what I mean? Like, we can barely make it. Like, they can figure it out. They're grown adults. And I understand her as a mother's point of view. It's hard. It's hard for you to not help your kids. And I feel like this is what happens. It's not that your mom loves them more, you know, it's the fact that moms will always help the weakest kids. Moms are always going to help the weakest kid because they know they can't do better for themselves. And so obviously they neglect the ones that they see strong. So, you know what I mean?
I know that because I recently asked my mom about having favorite kids. Remember when we were going to Home Depot? After we went to the Fábrica de Cobijas? I was like, oh, like, be honest, like, do you have a favorite kid? And she said, no, but you do see your kids different. And she put it into perspective. She's like, for example, Edgar is independent. Edgar is like, he'll get his own laundry, he'll wash it, he'll do everything. He's like, and then Jesus, I feel bad because she was saying, Jesus works at construction, right? He works construction, long hours, 6 days a week. And he rarely has time, like he's traffic and everything. He rarely has time to do his own laundry or like pack his lunch. Now he has a girlfriend, but he's not married, you know? So she does those things for him because she sees how he's never home versus Edgar. He's like home 24/7. He has the time, yada, yada. So I think in my mom's eyes, Jesus is I wouldn't say weak, but it's the one that needs the help. And I can see why, you know?
And you're the oldest.
And I'm the oldest.
You're out. You're independent.
I've been out since I was 18 type vibe. So, a mí, it's rare when I get like a text like checking up on me or like algo así. But I do know that if I ever need something, both my parents are there.
Yeah. Same. Like, I feel like, not that my mom sees my brother weaker, but I feel like it's in sometimes, some ways, she feels like I got him more than he does, you know?
And she gotta take care of him.
And she gotta take care of him. But if I do need help, she's always there. You know what I mean? So,
but
go ahead.
What I was gonna say, because I got emotional because I feel like I know this person personally, you know? I don't know her personally, but
you feel like
it just feels like it.
Yeah.
And like you say, like you wish you can help. And I think reading this, I was reading it like putting myself in her shoes. And
me too. I think that's why I started because I put myself in her shoes.
And I cannot imagine not being my mom's caregiver if she ever needs it to be. And it's not her fault if my siblings want to act up and not show up for her in the way that I'm showing up for my mom. So I can't like, I don't know, like I understand like wishing to not have to do that. I feel like I would be the same. Like I have my dreams, I have my goals, but like there's something like holding me back. And then at the same time, I don't see myself turning my back on her. So it's like this situation where it's so hard. And I don't want to fuck. It's just so hard. Like, how do I tell you don't take care of your mom? Like, I can't tell you that.
Yeah,
I would not be able to.
But I for sure can tell you that you should not feel bad for the way you feel.
Yes, that part.
Because we 100% get you. Because I this is in situations when I read forms like this, before I speak, I always put myself in those shoes. Because how can I give the best advice that I can if I don't put myself and feel what you're feeling? You know, I feel like I'm a very empathetic person. So that's what I always do. And I think that's why I got very emotional and I took a while to speak, because if I was going to speak, I was going to start bawling my eyes out. But it's because I feel that I feel how overwhelmed, like just by reading that, I felt your emotions. And I felt every single thing. Like, I know that you love your mom and you're happy that you can take care of her, that you're glad that you're able to take care of her, but also it's a lot of weight on you, especially when you know you have other siblings and they're not helping. Because let's per se say that you were the only child, you wouldn't have those extra feelings, because at the end of the day, well, she's all you have, right? There's no other person that can help you because you're the only child. But in this scenario, you're not. In this case, I mean, you're not the only child. You know you have siblings that can help too, and that can relieve a little bit of that stress and you know what I mean, that can help you not feel so overwhelmed, and they're not doing it, and that adds frustration to your stress. So
I don't know if you want to be a dick or whatever, but you know what I would do?
And what would you do?
I don't know if I would do this. Según yo, right? Según yo. Because I do have the brothers, you know, and God forbid, let's hope I'm not in that situation. But for the two mother effers that don't want to pull through and want to start an argument every time the money topic comes out, because I did read that when you do ask for help, it always ends up in an argument. I'm sorry, but you don't have a mom. I am the caregiver. I have the rights to who sees my mom and who doesn't.
And honestly, working in the healthcare industry, and especially like me, I work with elderly. Trust me, not that it makes it any better, but this happens all the time. It's like in every family, and honestly, it scares me. And that's when you will for sure know like who is really there for you, because same thing. There's always family dynamics. It's like I always have these patients that have 6 kids, and only one of them out of all 6, 7, 8, sometimes only one of them is involved. You know how like sad and frustrating that is.
It's sad. So, friend, what I would do is not give my 2 older brothers the rights to talk to my mom, see my mom, or anything.
And you can take what is it called, guardianship. You can get POE, you can get POE of her. So
it will suck for the mom though, because obviously the mom wants to see the kids and stuff, but it's like, if it has to come down to that in order for them to realize like they need to chip in, then it should come down to that. Like, if you can't help me with the meds for your own mother, then you can't see her. Then she's not your mom. She's my mom. And if I have to take care of her and put my wants, my needs aside because I have a mom that took care of me and now I'm paying back to her by taking care of her, like, no, sorry.
And honestly, like, I know that we don't know your brother's financial status. I get it. Everybody has their own struggles. Everybody's going through their own things. But also let's just say, are they like on a good path? Are they really they're going to work and they really living paycheck by paycheck, or están haciendo desmadrosos and they're spending it on other things that is alcohol, drugs, or gambling, whatever their addiction is? They can't just use a little bit of money and give it to you for their own mother, the person who gave birth to them, who brought them into this world. I don't know. I would never understand that. Like,
I don't get it. I hope that we're never in that situation. And it's funny because you say you wish you had power to help everybody. I wish I had money to help everybody.
Well, yeah, that's a form of power.
Because, homie, yo te compro una casa, yo te pago la boda type vibes.
Not just that. I didn't think about it like that. I thought about if I had money, I would pay for a caregiver for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I bring that up because you're like, oh, money is evil, money is evil. And I feel like the main goal is to create wealth, generational wealth in my brain. But the reasons why I want it is to help.
No, me too. I'm not saying... I say that money is evil because most of the time, I'm not saying that would be us, but you never know. Most of the time, money changes people, and it's usually for the bad. It's not always for the best. Greedy. That's what I'm saying. It's greediness that gets to people. Mm-hmm. That's why even the Bible says that money is evil because of that. Because people will literally do the most evilest things for money.
Yeah.
People will murder for money. You know what I mean? Yeah, like people will backstab you for money. It's just crazy. It's insane. So, I'm sorry. Like, I know that sometimes if you are like certain amount, I know that the city, or what is it called, government will pay you for taking care of your loved ones, depending on like the hours too. I know a lot of family members apply for that too if they're full-time. I don't know. Like you said, I know that you said you work, so I don't know how that would work, but I would kind of like look into it if you haven't. What?
I had a coworker that applied for that for her mom, and she was...
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, so she was working full-time with me, and then she was also working part-time at her job. We have like a mutual coworker. And her mom, there was a time frame where she needed 24/7 care.
I think it's called CHS hours or something.
I'm not sure, but at first she went through a program that provided an in-house nurse that would go in to help with her mom while she was at work. Then she realized, wait a minute, I can be doing that. Like, I can be getting paid to take care of my mom. So I don't know how she did it, but she kept her full-time job, and then on top of it, she was getting paid for taking care of her mom.
It goes by the hours, so it depends. So like,
I think she logged her hours. For
example, say she was to apply for her mom. It depends. They'll tell you, she only qualifies for 4 hours a day, or she only qualifies for 30 hours a week. So then they'll separate those 30 hours a week, that you can get paid for. So everybody is different, but I know it works like that.
But it'd be cool because obviously if you can keep your own job and then get paid a little extra just to do the things that you were already doing, so I think it's a maybe look into it. I know you're not in the same state. I know California has more resources for people that they can use, and every state is different, but look into it, my friend.
I'm sure they'll have something.
I'm sure hay algo. You just gotta look for it and get informed. Pero hay algo. If it doesn't come from your brother, I would cancel them, but that's up to you.
And but like I said, what comes around goes around, and I know at the moment you're feeling overwhelmed, but God no te pone en esas situaciones. Because how can I word this? God wouldn't put you through this if he know that you couldn't handle it. Like, I know that you're feeling overwhelmed, which is 100% normal and natural for you to feel like that. It is a lot on a person who doesn't have to take care of their parent or a loved one. They have a hard day just at work, or just with their own issues or their own problems. Everybody has their own stuff going on. But God wouldn't put you through this if he knew you couldn't go through this. He knows you're strong enough. He knows how much you love your mom. He knows that you have a good heart and that you're going to do whatever you can to continue to help your mom as much as you can. And you're going to be rewarded for that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's going to reward you. Como dice el dicho, after a storm, there's always a rainbow. So what comes around goes around, and just how there's bad karma, there's good karma. And your brothers will get what they deserve, and you and your brother, the one that's helping, will too. I will pray for you, and I know that things are going to get better. Just have faith. I know that it can be much, but you will get your house. You will get your marriage. You will get all those stuff because you deserve a happy ending. You deserve everything good that is going to come your way. You deserve everything, you know? Mm-hmm. You're a good human being, and you're doing the right thing. Like, you're taking care of the person who brought you into this world, your mom, and don't ever feel bad for ever being a human and for feeling the way that you feel.
It's okay to be tired of doing that.
It's okay to not want to do it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And props to you for still doing it.
Yeah. I know that you don't want to, but then you're still showing up. There's a difference. Your other brothers don't want to or not, and they're not doing nothing. Yeah. You are tired, but you're still showing up for her. And for that, I admire you.
Yeah.
And shout out to your partner too, because it's not even her mom, but she's there.
She's there.
And I'm sure it would be a lot. I'm sure if that was my case, Syra would be helping me. I know that for a fact because she has a huge heart, but it would be a lot for her too.
Yeah. It somehow, one way or another, it does affect the partner, but if you have a solid relationship, the partner's going to stay there for the ride. So shout out to your partner.
Yeah, see? And that's when you know that it's going to be a good marriage whenever that happens, because estuvo contigo en las buenas y en las malas.
Yep. But she's a Virgo.
Ooh, well, amiga, I'm gonna pray for you, and I just want to say that I really appreciate you sharing that with us. Like you said, I'm sure that it was hard to even say it aloud or to even type it, because there's certain things that I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm even thinking this, and you feel bad for thinking it. So I get it, but I just want to say I appreciate you sharing your story with us. I am grateful that you're here. We love you, and thank you for your support. Always, like, you're always there. I would have never known. I would have never known that you have all of this going on in your life, because you're always there for us. Mm-hmm. So you have an amazing heart, and everything good is coming your way, and you deserve that. And I promise you that. And I will be praying for you. And the days that you feel overwhelmed, just take a minute to yourself and just pray and ask the man above, or, you know, the universe to give you more patience, to give you more clarity, to help you feel let so much heaviness on you, you know. But Miss Virgo, you're a Virgo like my boo-boo? Oh, I wonder if you're a September Virgo or an is it August Virgo?
I love you, dude. That's right.
Oh, baby. We love you, girl. You know who you is.
I never saw it that way. You're like, you're always here for us. And she's dealing with that in the background, you know?
Oh, baby, you're gonna make me cry.
I was trying to hold it in, dude, and then you just kept talking.
I'm so sorry. Okay, so let me find my Virgo. All
right.
Okay, Miss Virgo, I'm gonna pass the phone to a Virgo so she can read your horoscope today.
All right, Virgos. Let's see what they're telling us today.
I'm going to read mine after it.
January 13, 2025. Today you should feel especially optimistic and enthusiastic. Virgo. Although you may not know why, at least at first, later in the day, some good news could come your way. Possibly involving business and money. I like to hear that.
Ching, 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 ching.
This should tell you that you were intuitively picking up on something wonderful. As a matter of fact, your intuition should be high for most of the day. Make it work for you.
Ooh, girl.
Amen, sister.
Amen, sis. Now, let me check something really, really quick. Again, I want to see if I can... So, of course, like your horoscope, I think the horoscope today because I looked in different places for Virgo is mainly that, like you, creativity, like today was like your day. I don't know. It's talking about the planets being aligned. Obviously, I don't think your horoscope is aligning to like how the way you feel right now. Maybe something coming, maybe you will, like maybe today you felt like that. I don't know how you felt today because you didn't submit this form today, you know. So it's kind of like, I don't know if it was relatable, if it helped a little bit, you know. I don't know if you like to
personally,
how do you feel? What is since you're a Virgo?
I do not think I felt creative today at all. Like I was not there.
I think the whole banning thing got to you though.
No? Yeah, maybe. I guess I just I felt like I should have been happy today or happier, and I just couldn't. My For You page didn't let me be happy.
Well, it says focus and mood. So, like, career-wise is 60%, whatever that means. And that says love 70%, health 55%, and family 65%. Whatever that means.
Whatever that means. But I saw money in that sentence, so I like that shit.
It said, yes for today. Express your creativity. Plan fun gatherings. Invest in joyful experiences. And no for today was ignore the details. Extend yourself. Neglect emotional needs. It says not to do that.
Okay. Don't overextend yourself. Don't ignore the details. And
I was telling you to let your heart sing today. So I guess maybe it wasn't going to be like enough. Maybe it was an off day or not. But it was telling you to be joyful and creative today.
Maybe I have a few hours left in the day to do that.
Well, thank you so much, friend, for submitting your form. I truly appreciate you sharing that story. It just means a lot, and it makes me feel like I know a little more about you, personally. You know,
it feels nice.
Thank you for letting us know your name in the form.
Yeah. But with that being said, guys, we are gonna skedaddle.
We're gonna skedaddle, but we'll see you guys next week because, girl, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be coming. We're gonna work hard because TikTok is leaving.
We don't have no other choice.
Nah, just kidding, amigas. I did miss you guys last week, but like I said, we did have a lot going on. But
on the bright side,
what, honey?
If there's no TikTok, there's no endless scrolling, so there's more time for us.
There's more time for YouTube.
There's more time for YouTube. Yeah.
There is.
I guess there's.
Because what did you do before? You used to watch a lot more YouTube.
I love YouTube.
Right. Am I? Well, with that being said, guys, we're gonna head out. Thank you guys so much to my amazing chismosas for always being here from wherever you're watching or listening. I appreciate you guys being here every single week. And as always, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and leave a comment down below. Let us know what your thoughts are about everything going on in 2025 are, how you're feeling, how's the energy that you guys are feeling. And don't forget to share. Tell everybody to subscribe, please. And
if you're listening on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, leave a review.
Yay! Thank you guys. See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.